Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another video of the channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Clippers. So without further ado, you already know, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. The Clippers this season went 50-32, finishing 5th in the Western Conference. They finished 14th in offensive rating and finished 3rd in defensive rating, while also having a net rating of plus 4.7. With them being the 5th seed, they did end up playing the Denver Nuggets in the first round.
Are you choking? Are you choking?
Do you need something?
Water would be nice.
Oh, yeah, sure. Second thought, you don't deserve it. Monkey! 7 points? 7 points in a game 7 is booty! I saw Kawhi drop 39 in game 2. I was like, uh-oh, mama, there go that man! But that was the only game that he cooked in, and you could definitely tell the injuries are kind of catching up to him, sadly. Although I will say, bro did play the whole series, so round of applause. Little Beard. Yes, Little Beard, I'm big brother around here. You must be scared of the number 7. But let 7 baddies in the strip club pull up on you. I bet you won't be scared then? I would fall under pressure, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna call you Big Beard on this one, bro. See, like me, I'm a simple man. Just give me one girl and I'd be straight. I mean, hey, they do say shooters shoot. You got that right. On a serious note, they did play Ben Simmons at the center position to guard Jokic, which is insane, but they did start giving him less minutes as the series did go on. But it's not bro's fault he can't stop Jokic, man, down low. I mean, I don't think anybody can. Floor spacing was also an issue for this team, and they literally left Chris Dunn open a lot from 3. Norman Powell also struggled, but he did gain some momentum as the series did go on. With all that being said, and them losing in 7 games against the Denver Nuggets, the big question is, what do you do next with this team? In my eyes, I can definitely see the Clippers trying to run this back at least 1 to 2 more times, but it all relies on Little Beard. James does have a player option on his contract for $36.3 million, which if he does opt into that, the team will be under the first apron, so they can have some flexibility with their money. But he could decline and want more money, or possibly want to stay longer with the team. Maybe the Clippers see this as a plus, because if that does happen, let's say they sign him to a 2-year deal to match the timeline that Kawhi is on and he has left on his contract, that gives this team at least a 2-year window or 2 chances to really make a run. But what matters is how he's going to play when you need him the most. And he really doesn't show up in the clutch, and especially in that game 7, dropping 7 points when you needed him in a win or go home situation. That sucked. Now, don't get me wrong, he's good during the season, but when it's time to lock in and the lights are the brightest, and especially let's say they make it all the way through the playoffs into the final stage and they have to compete against a team like the Pacers or Cavs or Knicks, he might be cooked. Or if anything, they might try to sign and trade Little Beard, but I don't know what you would look to get back and who you would want in return for him. And another thing with James Harden is that defense, man. Oh my God. Dude, it's like a freaking traffic cone. I mean, you could just go right past it, dog. It's not like, it's insane. It's like me trying to talk to a baddie, bro. Like, just go around me. That sounds so sad. Dang, that sounded bad. I'm not going to cut that out the video. I'm going to leave it in. Whatever, I'm gonna leave it in. But when times where you need James Harden to shine the brightest and he's not gonna show up for you and just drop 7 points, it's really, really bad. And it kind of makes you think, what if we do just sign and trade that man, or we just move on from him in general? I don't really know, but you do need to give Kawhi some help, of course. So maybe James Harden isn't the worst option right now, because this free agency pool, at least this year, is not really that, I mean, star-studded. You probably have to wait till next year has some. The next year in 2027 has some good pieces as well. I can't speak. Pieces as well, so you could definitely look there. But in return, I just don't know what you would look to get back. On top of that, James Harden, I don't really know who else is going to want him. I mean, he's been tossed around the team more than a blunt has, so let's keep that in mind. Whoa, hold on. Dennis Schroeder has been passed around more than James Harden. I rephrase that. But he's getting up there with him. He's getting up there with Dennis, because he being passed around like crazy. So let's just hope, he can stay maybe in the Clippers, timeline, organization, and plans for their 2-year future. I really don't see him getting a 3-year extension or anything like that. I don't really see him getting a contract that's going to be big. too big for this team. So we'll see what happens with that. And let's just see what else that the team wants to do with James Harden. Norman Powell is also another big name here where he can get an extension as well. It was really good in the beginning of the season and looked like he could have won the Sixth Man of the Year award, but as time went on after the All-Star break, he fell back down to earth, and then the playoffs happened where he had a slow start but started to pick it up as time went on. Keep in mind though, Norman is about 32 years old, so you wonder how much you can milk out of him, but I definitely see him getting an extension with the Clippers. It just matters how much you want to give him because you still want to be able to make this team better. Norman Powell's extension can go up to 3 years, which is very solid in my opinion. I feel like they're going to at least try, maybe they might do James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Norman Powell on a 2-year deal and just keep it on the window of Kawhi's. So if they want to make a fresh start, they want to make a fresh move, 2 years gives you a lot of time to make some kind of move and just some kind of, at least some kind of future plans that you have instead of just being plagued to just these three. They're getting older, you know what I'm saying? Their play is kind of going down, well, from Kawhi's standpoint, kind of going down. The injuries are building up on him, so, you know, you kind of have to worry about Norman and if he can keep doing what he's doing. If he plays better than this, I mean, dude, it's insane. Because I think he went from scoring 17 points a night last season to now scoring 21 during the season. Wait, no. He had 13 last season. Averaging 13 last season to now averaging 21 this season. So that's a big leap and that's a big jump, and if he could just keep continuing to develop his game as time goes on, then hey, you got something special in your franchise. Speaking of that, this team does need some depth if they want to make it far. Sure, you have DJJ and Chris Dunn and Bogdan, but this team could benefit from some shooting to space the floor to give Kawhi and Little Beard a little space to cook. Maybe throwing two of the players together and possibly maybe throwing in one of the first rounders that you did get in the draft lottery in a trade could net you something that you would like in return. Nicholas Batum is also due for a player option on his contract, so we'll see if he does return or not with them. I definitely see him opting in though. I can see him saying, you know, at least 2 more years with this team. I feel like we can do something special. So let me lock in, let me sign with this team and let's make something happen. Also, finding a center for off the bench wouldn't be bad either because Eubanks is solid, but I think you could find better guys. Players that I do think could fit on this team, one guy is Gary Trent Jr. That boy is a bucket, especially in that Pacers series. He was delivering on amazing shooting splits, especially when he dropped that 30 ball. I was like, ooh, he's cooking. And that last game that they did play, no, he had that turnover. That junk did suck. Right between your legs is crazy. But he was still delivering, hitting threes in the clutch and down the stretch of the overtime as well in the fourth quarter. So he was a big part, a big piece of what that team needed. And I feel like he could be a serviceable piece to a team that needs him, that could use somebody that can shoot the ball. The Clippers honestly fit one of the best teams I can see him going to. And I mean, imagine the driving penetration from James Harden. You know, he likes to pass a lot more and play make. Let's say he passes it out to Gary Trent Jr. on the wing or in the corner or at the top of the key. That's a bucket all day long, and that could be great momentum and just great strides for this team to take in the right direction. Another guy that I do have also is Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome has been a bucket, and his stock, I'm not gonna lie, has skyrocketed with the Cavaliers because this man has been on another level of domination. Dude, this man is killing it right now. He was also in the Sixth Man of the Year award talks during the season as well. And he, even though he did score 8 points in the last game against the Indiana Pacers, I mean, bro's still good. Bro's still good. Didn't even shoot that much either in that game, but made meaningful 3-pointers in that game. So we'll see what happens with him. The Cavaliers are, you know, a lot of people are kind of due for money. You know, you got to kind of look at that, you know. They gonna have to pay some people, man, because it's gonna get nasty. But they got to worry about that second apron, so somebody got to go. Isaac Okoro might have to go. They got some other people that's probably gonna have to go. I don't want to make this video about them. No, stop. Ty Jerome would be a great piece for this team. As far as a center goes, you could probably go with Luke Cornett, who honestly wouldn't be that bad for the Celtics. Bro has been balling out as well, playing great defense, especially in the Game 5 that I did see yesterday. This is coming out Friday, so yesterday is basically Wednesday because today's Thursday, and when you guys are seeing it, this is Friday. So, but seeing that game and how he was protecting the rim, getting blocks. I mean, he was just electric. He was on that goal like this. He was killing it. I look like one of those black girls. Y'all know the black girls be snapping, "I told you this and that," or the ones that be clapping, "I told you this and that." Shut up, Bonkisha. You know what I'm saying? Just be talking all that mess. Shut up. Anyways, that would be a great pickup for this team because off the bench would be great for that. You get Luke Cornett, Zubac, amazing player. I mean, I wouldn't say look to trade him. I would definitely not say that at all. Keep that man right now. But if you want to, you can trade high on his value. High on his value if you want to. But if I'm the Clippers, I'm not making that move. I'm not letting that happen. Do not do that crap. Or you can look to get Thomas Bryant, who's also solid for the Pacers. But if I do see them going all the way, he gonna resign. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna get a contract. Not anything crazy, but it's gonna be enough money to make him come back. And yeah, let's just stop doubting the Pacers, man. The Pacers are on another level of greatness right now. They are literally back to back going to the Eastern Conference Finals. That just blows my mind. In a million years, I would have never guessed that would be the case for them. Also, another guy that could also fit well on this team off the bench would be Jericho Sims. Imagine him and James Harden on the pick and roll. Bro, James Harden lobbing it, Jericho Sims yamming it. Like, that would be beautiful basketball, and he can protect the rim. He's athletic as frick, so ain't nobody really stopping all that. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Now, defensively, we just going to have to find out. Overall, the Clippers have two big choices, you want to say. The first one is, do you want to run this back? The second one is, if you don't, we might have to blow it up. I'm not going to say you have to blow it up. It kind of makes no sense to blow this up, right? You have Kawhi Leonard, you have James Harden, you have Zubac. That's kind of your big three right there. And just build around that. Like, it's not that... Excuse me. Wow. Damn, that was a lot. Like I said, it's not that hard to build around this team. If stuff doesn't go right, then just make a trade during the season or around the trade deadline. If you want to get some buzz around you, make some noise about getting somebody special. But I mean, it's there. You know, it's apparent that everybody's getting older. Zubac is nearing 30, I think, around 29 or 30, so he's not getting any younger. Kawhi's getting older. James Harden's getting older. Kawhi's injuries are catching up to him. He's kind of moving a little bit slower. And he's really just a shot first guy. He's not going to be a guy that gets to the rim all the time and, you know, attacks all the time. He's going to be a guy that's going to shoot those middies and play decent defense. But on top of that, his defense is kind of gone back a little bit because of the injuries. He doesn't really have that explosive jump from defense, you know what I'm saying, like this and like that, like, oh, on ball that you want from him. And James Harden just doesn't have that at all. He's a traffic cone. You can pass right by him if you want to. So it kind of just comes down to the point of what they want to get. Like I said, Ty Jerome, Gary Trent Jr. could be great pieces for shooting. Another piece that I didn't talk about that could get is Kevin Looney from the Golden State Warriors. If they Golden State wants to look for a actual center, then they're gonna have to have a tough reality and maybe move on from Kevin Looney or Moses Moody for money purposes and see what they can do, because they are an expensive team as well. So Looney could come over here and he could be a serviceable off the bench piece for a center on this team, which wouldn't be that bad at all. Norman Powell is another guy that you kind of just have to bank on to play well. And hopefully he can just come back and play the same as he did at the beginning of the season, of this season. And you just hope he can just still play well with this team. And really, that's all I have to say. It's not really a lot to say about the Clippers. It's just, what the frick do you do as far as like getting pieces and getting players with this team? That's the biggest thing with this team. They're, like I said, they're in a decent spot. They're not in like a awful spot like the Sacramento Kings. They're freaking fried. I want to make a video about them, but I'm gonna wait on that junk. I'm gonna have to wait, bro, because they are in shambles right now. That is bad. But that is really all that I had to say about the Clippers. Alright guys, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, and if you did like the video, go ahead, please hit the like button, and of course, let me know what you want in the comments down below. Also, do not forget to subscribe and also hit that notification bell, as I will be posting a whole lot on here as we're gearing towards the finals. And on top of that, we are gearing towards the draft soon. So that's some special stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready for that. other than that, that is all that I have to say, honestly. Oh, the poll, guys. Clippers, Rockets, and Pistons. It was all tied. I had to choose. I had to get Bands to help me out to choose which team to talk about, bro. He told me the Clippers. So shout out Bands. Thank you, brother. Highly appreciate it, dog. Love you, man. Big ups, big ups. But yeah, that's all I had to say about the Clippers, man. They're in a decent spot. Just gotta hope Kawhi doesn't get injured and he can play a full series, and which he did play full series against the Nuggets. So that's congratulations. And hopefully he can just keep it going and not suffer an injury. Same with James Harden. Don't suffer anything. Just keep playing well. But that's all I have to say, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on out of this one. And yeah, so I'm gonna put up one more poll. I'm gonna put up one more poll, bro. And I'm gonna just throw out a couple teams. The Cavaliers did lose. Golden State did lose. Golden State will possibly be the next one. I am a Golden State fan. If you're new, I'm a Golden State fan. So we're gonna talk about them for sure. But that is all that I have to say. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, man, I love you guys, and hopefully you all do have a blessed day. And of course, yours truly, Mr. Beard, is out. Picalo, picalo. I'm sorry. Do you need something? Freak. I can just imagine James Harden looking at me. All right, log in, bro. Freak. All right. Ika